Mark
if he's here.
Mark Schlereth, former offensive lineman here for the Washington Redskins when he played here, and then they left, went to Denver, won some Super Bowls over there, won Super Bowl here.
He's a winner.
Schlereth doesn't hold his tongue very much when he speaks on things, but he was talking a little bit about, the Commanders post Dan Snyder. He was on the podcast, so Lanford had to work on this podcast because he was dropping some things like we talk in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a listen.
I feel like the stench, the overall stench of Daniel Snyder, who just came into a crown jewel of the National Football League and took a shit on it. I really believe that stench is gone. And Dan Quinn is the guy carrying 2 bottles of Febreze, and they're just all over.
Just walking like a gunfighter in an old Western. Just
right. Just spraying Febreze all over. That Josh Harris, the new owner, they're seeing, and Magic Johnson's hanging around. It feels like it's moving in the right direction. So I hope so, because I still have an affinity. That's where I cut my teeth in the NFL. And I've said this about the Raiders, which hurts, but the league's a better place when Washington's relevant, and they haven't been relevant since Dan Snyder bought them.
All right, and I think Mark is not by himself in the words that he just stated, because, as I said, I know I travel around this country, and when people find out that I have any connection with Washington, they always go right to that. And they immediately ask the question, man, like now, the first day, man, the stench gone. I'm like, look, man, soon as the sale was made, you could tell people kind of felt relief. And I think now the only thing that's going to really move it is you start winning. We can sit up here and I know that it was a lot of bad things, and they didn't care too much about the winning. They cared about making money. Let's be real. But at this point, it doesn't make a difference what he did or didn't do, because I believe that moving forward, people are going to judge you based off of the success you have. And it's easy to be better than what we saw for 20-plus years. It's easy to do that. So now you need to come in and show that you completely are not – like I always tell people, why compare yourself to someone that's lower? As I said the other day, you don't see bees going around telling flies while honey is better than, you know what I'm saying?
Manure.
So let's just be real. So the whole thing is, who are they competing against? Is it against what was here? Or you're competing against those that you play in your division? Or you're trying to be like those that have been very damn good? The competition is what's going to make you get to where you need to be. And being better than, we got to be better than when Dan was here. That's not hard. That should be easy.
The Cincinnati Redlegs, they have a real tradition in baseball.
The who?
The Cincinnati Redlegs.
That's what their whole name is, the Redlegs?
Redlegs, yeah.
Did you know that, Landfield?
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's what
Jeff, did you know that?
Nah.
So when did they first call them the Redlegs? In 1960 what?
Whenever they started, Cincinnati Redlegs. And the youth referred to them as Reds. But Mark Schott.
They've been called the Reds since I was a kid.
Well, it was Redlegs. They call them Reds, but Redlegs.
I got to pull this up, see if Dr.
Pull it up. Well, I'm not going to lie to you.
Is he pulling out Redlegs?
Well, now that JP is at a leisure event, somebody's got to be the facts guy here.
Well, I say Doc know baseball.
And Mark Schott was worse than Dan could ever be.
Oh, yeah.
And they still won. You can still win in chaos.
Well, I've said that.
Yeah, so
and
that's not. I'm
say
just
that
saying
a lot where you can still win, but
the players bought into that, and they took the easy way out.
But it wasn't that the you can win without it if you also have the wherewithal of being able to hire people that are not going to just kiss up to you all the time. So when you had a GM that was kissing up to you, a president was kissing up to you,
that hurts.
Okay. When you got that, and then that's what they do. They get other people. Then players were being brought in that were liked by owner. So then it turned into this, and I want people to understand this. most coaches and players that came here to get paid.
Oh,
the coaches knew they wouldn't be staying, but they knew they were going to get their whole bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like people say. What did CP say when he said? He was telling people. People called him asking him,
"Get your bag,
come get your money." So a lot of people came in to get paid
because CP was authentic. He came right in, told you straight up what was up, did his thing. CP, from my vantage point, you played the position, but I always thought the brother balled out. He may have robbed himself from greatness. I thought he was a Hall of Fame talent.
Yeah.
Now whether
definitely.
he got to that was on him.
Yeah.
But I think God gave him that gene.
But when you have the people above those guys,
right,
that was not pushing them
not at all
to get there,
they allowed him to do whatever he wanted to do.
So Jack Kent Cook was in the newspaper a lot about not positive things.
Yeah.
But Joe Jackson Gibbs made sure the football focus was with his guys.
And no doubt.
And also Jack Kent Cook was strong enough in his own belief to where he did not meddle with the football. Long as you won and made him his cheddar,
he was up.
He didn't
doing
care
his thing.
who was his hood ornament.
No.
He didn't care what he was doing.
He didn't.
You know? But we won. Despite it. You can do it. But the ultimate thing is you have to have the right people on top. When it got to the point where people knew, well, if I go there, I'm gonna get fired anyway. Well, get the highest deal I can get, fire me after 2 years, they gone. And that's what happened.
Over and over and over.
Because long as one person felt that he was running and I'm the baddest thing here, he felt that. Why? Because his minions right around him, they all made him feel that way.
Yeah, not one guy was willing to go to him and jeopardize losing their position to tell him the truth. So to me, you all
had one cackling little idiot that was sitting there.
All passed the pipe. And nobody was willing to say, no, hold it, Slim. That's not right, and I'm not going to do that. They all bid in and passed the pipe, and it was just awful. And then the arrogance, I could take it if it was just a money grab. If it's a money grab, I ain't mad at you. But to be arrogant, and it's the most arrogant group of people in last place I've ever been around in my life. You couldn't tell them nothing, and they was in last place.
Yeah.
So
that's all I can.
And still got paid.
I still got to have a conversation with certain people. I haven't forgotten. But
that's why this new group, I applaud their efforts. They much better than I could ever have been, because I would have blown them all out the first day they signed the team over to me. Yeah, I would have been petty.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back, we're going to take a break here. When we get back, Bronny James was drafted by the Lakers at 55.
No way.
I want to know from you all, and Doc, I'm serious, man. Was this no big deal? Is it ridiculous? Because right now, we just saw two moves. The head coach never coached at any level other than the Little League.
Right.
And
Riley did say
he
that.
has a connection. He used to do a podcast with LeBron.
Right.
And now his son is coming to play. And I heard somebody tell me this the other day, say, the only team that can drive Bronny and keep their jobs is the people with the Lakers. 800-636-1067.